been a lot of calls, and there's been a wide variety of teams, which is kind of fun. But it's also like, man, if we get quite a few offers here, I'm gonna have to pick out what destination sounds a little better, and
Free agent Lance Lynn joining us right
Just
now.
for men, Lance Lynn.
Ooh-wee.
Just for men sponsorship.
That's
natural.
baby. That's all
natural.
natural.
Yeah, that's a lumberjack.
I mean, you
right
have the
there.
third best beard on the show today.
I see that.
No, I was talking me, then Dallas Braden, then you.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
you did have Braden.
AJ's
Braden's
Hey,
got it.
Braden. Yeah. Braden's got a good one. He's had one for a long time too.
Yeah, he's been working on that for decades. So how you doing? How's the free
Hold up,
agent
no,
process?
stand up,
What?
stand up. Because I've heard
I'm
all
not here
about
to
this.
put it. I'm not here
I've
to
heard
put on
all
a show
about this
for you.
weight loss. I've heard all
I'm not
about
here
this
to put
weight
on a show
loss.
for you.
I gotta see it. You live in
You've
Missouri, from the Show Me State. You're gonna have to show me.
No. You've seen it in the shower. You're good to go.
You got
That's
to
why
pay
you
more
did
for
it
that,
again, 'cause I
AJ.
forgot.
You got to pay more for that.
All right, let me start here. Free agent process. You've been here before. How's it going? Have you done any of those? You don't have to tell us the teams if you don't want, but have you done any of those meetings, those teleconference meetings, video, Zoom, whatever, Google Meet?
Yeah, I think you know how it goes. That you have a few calls here and there, and then some teams miss out on some guys, and then other teams start calling. So I think you're starting to see the top guys go, which usually they wait a little longer. So that process has got a lot of teams occupied right now, as you saw last night with Freed and all those guys. So you're going to see more teams get involved for the next market as you get going here. So there's been a lot of calls, and there's been a wide variety of teams, which is kind of fun. But it's also like, man, if we get quite a few offers here, I'm gonna have to pick out what destination sounds a little better, and go from there. So it's been an interesting free agency compared to the past ones for me.
Sacramento's gonna look beautiful on you. That's all I'm saying.
This
Sacramento.
is the big.
You're gonna look great in
it's-
Sacramento.
It's crazy, right? Out of nowhere, the A's are trying to throw some money around. Sacramento just got a different bankroll than Oakland, I guess. I don't understand it, but in all honesty, you never know in this market, and there's a lot of teams that are trying to start the phase to being contenders with young talent, and I seem to be on their list, and teams that are looking to win World Series and need some stability in the rotation. I'm on that list too. So I'm in a good spot. Like I said, as you talked about physically, I'm in a really good spot. And I'm not done yet. And you know how it goes when you're not done yet. You got stuff to prove, and that's where I'm at right now.
So just to clarify, you would do the whole minor league home ballpark thing, right?
That'd be interesting. It looks like the Tampa's doing the same thing this year, not by choice. So, there's two teams that are going to be involved in that situation. So, unfortunately, you never get to pick your home ballpark where you're going to play. So you never know. It all depends on what's out there.
So what necessitated the change, the physical change, before we get to all the crazy moves that have been out there? Do you feel different? Is it something that you're looking for the nude episode of the Sports Illustrated, whatever that was called, the skin episode?
The body issue?
Body, that's what it was. Is that what you're looking for?
I dare you. To be honest, what started the whole process is the achy knee, right? So you gotta take some pressure off that. That was the main goal this year, is to make sure that that's ready to where it needs to be, and so I don't have to manage that as IL stints and stuff like that, because I hated it. Hated not being able to play, and I hated the way I felt. So that was the big culprit of why to lose weight, why to figure out how to do everything you need to do to stay on the field and compete, because that's why we play, and you only get so many years to do it. So I'm gonna try to make the best of it here. As I'm gonna call this my last act. I don't know how many more years it's going to be, but I'm going to put my body in a situation I can play for as long as I want. And then, the body issue, maybe if I get hot this year when it's Cy Young, it just screams body issue. That's for sure.
You got no chance. All right, first of all, like I said, I've seen you in the shower. Trust me, they're going to need very small leaf to cover the part. Okay.
Oh,
Whoa,
come
just-
on.
whoa,
Whoa.
Yeah.
The belly.
whoa.
The belly. We're talking.
Whoa.
We're
Oh,
talking
the
about the
belly.
belly now that it's
There's
gone.
no
Yeah.
pouch anymore.
hmm He likes
Okay,
to throw
now-
fire, but he forgets fire comes back sometimes. So
It does,
we'll
but
wait
I'm
for
nice.
that.
All right, so let me ask you this: you were in St. Louis last year. You went back home, and now you look at what they're doing in St. Louis. Mozeliak comes out and goes, "We're not spending any money. We're going to try to. We lost Goldie. We're going to try to trade Nolan." What the heck's going on in St. Louis? They always are competitive. They never throw in the towel. They always are like, "We're going to go."
I think you're seeing a full organizational reboot after years of kind of. I think I want to tell you like flipping and flopping back and forth, whether it's old school, this is how we play the Cardinal way, or hey, we're going fully analytically based and this and that, and they're trying to figure out how to combine both of them. And then they're by doing that, they're putting a hold on what they're doing in the major league level at this very moment. I don't think that it's going to last all off season. I think that they're seeing the landscape and seeing what they want to do, seeing where they're at. Whether it's it sounds like Nato might get traded or something like that. They're trying to free up some space for some of these young kids to take over, but also putting them in a spot to where they have the things around them to be able to be successful. Where some of that stuff is it wasn't quite there, I think, at the minor league level, but it was at the big league level. But when you don't have those things at the minor league level and you get to the big league level, sometimes things speed up on you and you're not quite ready to compete at the big league level. So they're trying to change that on the way up, which was different. When I was coming up through the minor leagues, it was they got you ready to play in the big leagues and they got you ready to compete to win. It wasn't just to get there. It was hey, you better be able to help us win when we get there. Where now it's like you get there and it's like, hey, well, we just tried to get you here and now figure it out on your own. So I think the whole organization is trying to reboot, and I got to talk to him a little bit this year, and we got to pick each other's brain. I think he's going to do a great job of building that system back up because they've got some talent now. It's just making sure those guys are ready to compete and at all at the highest level to win games. And there's some talent there to win right now. It's just how you want to go about plugging the final holes here in free agency, which it sounds like they're going to do it on the market of veterans at the very end, guys that might have, slipped past later in the offseason.
Now, I know right before you came on here, some news broke. I know you were probably doing the shake weight and the thigh master, so you might not have seen the news of Crochet getting traded.
Mm-hmm. I did. I saw that it was in a process, right? Is it official?
What's Boston getting? What's Boston getting in that guy? Yeah, it's not finalized yet, but it's in the process.
Yeah, it's happening.
So Garrett was so when I was there, he was a young reliever, right? Because they got him right out of the draft in COVID, put him in the bullpen, and he always wanted to start. I remember as a reliever, he was throwing high leverage situations 2 innings at a time, but he would still always pick everybody's brain in the starting rotation on things, and he would always pay attention to routines and ask you about how to take care of his arm and what you feel in between starts and stuff like that. So he was doing his homework early on to make sure he was going to be a starter. He never let that go. Every year it was like, hey, I want to start. I'm going to do whatever you ask me to do. I want to be a big leaguer, but I'm going to start. Just let you know. And I think that that's what you're getting. You're getting a guy that's determined to be good. He's determined to do it at a high level, and he's determined to do it for a long time. And my man, when he's on the mound, he wants to shove it down your throat. So, I mean, whoever gets him, you're getting a guy who wants the ball. He wants to dominate whoever's in the box, and he wants to do it for a long time.
Since you've lost all this weight now, and that's all we seem to be able to talk about, are you going to tight roll your pants the way Garrett Crochet does, just because you're skinny like he is now?
No, I'm never going to be a tapered game pants guy. That's just not my style. I'm going to go into spring training with the same size uni and just let it wave in the wind.
I like it.
You just here it is. You got to have
you
something
and Manny
to
Ramirez.
into. Yeah,
you and Manny Ramirez. I love it.
Hey, Lance, now that Garrett has moved on to another ball club, what did you think about what he went through last year where, he's in trade talks, you're transitioning to a full-time starter for the first time, you're thriving, but they got to kind of manage the innings. And then on top of all of that, there's the hey, I don't want to get burned out because my arm's an asset. And if there's an extension, okay. And you get the public criticism for that coming out. Like there just was a whole whirlwind going on for a guy who obviously had not been in the limelight much in the past.
I kind of applaud him for telling like, hey, this is how I feel. If you want me to, help you win a World Series, you got to make it worth my while. Obviously in this game, you don't really have a whole lot of say so. He was able to, and you're looking at a first full year as a starter after really not pitching the year before because of Tommy John and stuff like that. He wasn't wrong to protect himself. But he also, it's like, hey, I'm a starter too. And the only way to be better next year is to start all year this year. I'm going to have to manage some innings here and there because he's never thrown over 120 innings probably in his life. So he's not wrong to protect himself, but he gave you an ultimatum. Hey, if you want me to go, I'll go, but I'm going to need some money to do it. And, that was his choice. And I'm not mad at him for it. Like, hey, we'd all say it. Hey, I'll do whatever you want me to do, but you're not going to sit here and ruin my career to do it. You got to make it worth my while. And hey, he's going to Boston supposedly. We don't know if it's totally final yet, but he's going to a place to win, and he's got 140 something innings under his belt from last year, and he's ready to go show the world how dominant he can be for a full year and 180 plus innings. So all in all, it's working out for him.
Do you see what the Dodgers have been saying about the Yankees? How every Dodgers pretty much come out and talk some form of smack. Do you think that's fair game? Do you think that's fair game in the sense that they won and they felt some type of way about them?
I know some of those Dodgers very well, and they're not afraid to speak their opinion on anything. So that is it fair game? I guess it is because they won and they got every right to say whatever they want. But it also, it puts a little target on your back, and I'm sure that the Yankees guys and the rest of the league are being like, okay, which hey, look what they're doing. They're still adding. They're still making sure that they have everything they can to repeat. So they're gonna have a target on their back anyway. So hey, when you win it all, you can say what you want. Is it fair game? But puts a target on your back, and if you're ready to handle that, then say what you want.
Hey, Joe Kelly was a young pup when you brought him up. So, you taught him to say those kind of things. You can only look in the mirror and say, I'm sorry,
Hey,
Joe, I taught you that.
no, I could tell him he's welcome. And a long time ago, we learned to say things with our chest, and Joe's still doing
Mm.
Oh, Joe's not afraid to say anything, which makes him refreshing. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
That's why we were
It's not,
teammates for 2 days and they traded him because me and Lance together with Joe would have been bad news.
Wayno and Holiday would have been in trouble.
Oh.
That's good. I like that. Question for you about the Juan Soto deal. I don't know if you heard about that, but he got a lot of money. So thoughts on it, and also I'm curious for veteran pitchers like you. Does it make you want to strike them out a little more? Not obviously the players respect the game and the earnings, but it's like, all right, this dude is by far the highest paid player of all time, highest paid player in pro sports. I want to get him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you look at when you go into a lineup, the big dog. You always, you're like, hey, here's the guys. I gotta make sure don't beat me today, but I gotta get them too. So that's never going to change any lineup. But he got broke off, man. That's amazing. You love it for the player. It just keeps going up. I think obviously him and Shohei are outliers of the world at the moment. But it's still not hurting everybody. It's going to help the player and the players in the future. So that's great. Yes, people are going to want to beat him, but they're going to want to beat him no matter what because he's that good, and you got to make sure you're ready for him. Man, it's crazy how much money he got. It really is when you look at it. Somebody wrote he made more than LeBron and someone else in their playing careers just in that contract. So. It's good for him. Yeah, two of the greatest of all time, the absolute goats. And Juan's had a great start to his career, and obviously if he keeps his trajectory up for the whole length of that contract, he's going to be, got a really good chance to be one of the best all time. But those two are on the top two of all time players and their sports, and he's making more than both of them combined. That's crazy.
Okay, I got to ask this because I want to know. Did you pitch against the Yankees this year, past year?
No, I did not.
Okay, so if you were going to pitch
last
against
time I faced him was in San Diego when I was with the Dodgers.
Okay, so this is more relevant. If you have a lineup and you have Soto and then Judge, who are you circling in the lineup that you have to get out? Who's more of a threat to you, Soto or Judge?
If you go look at career numbers, I would rather face Soto than Judge. If you're just going off of career numbers,
I'm just wondering because Soto hit in front of Judge. Soto does what he does. Judge does what he does. So I always just wanted to ask a pitcher, and you're a starting pitcher, and you'll give us an honest answer.
I would if he's in front of Judge, I'm trying to get him out, and if he hits a double, I'm walking Judge.
Okay. Cool.
But if I get him out, I'm going to try to strike out Judge too, and especially if I strike Juan out, which he's a pain in the butt to strike out, I'm going to try to strike both of them out in a row just so I can holler coming off.
And then just do your dance, do the Lance Lynn dance, baby.
Do a little tug and head on to the dugout.
I can appreciate that, but what people don't know, Lance throws strikes, and a guy like Juan Soto wants you to get behind in the count. He doesn't chase. And so that, I know this is crazy, like, oh, well, that's what everybody should do. Not everybody pitches the same way as Lance does, and I think that's, in my opinion, probably why you have success against him.
Yeah, we've had he's taken some good swings off me. Don't get me wrong, but so far I've had the luck of when he's put it in play, it's gone at people.
All right, so my last question: while Juan Soto just got broke off, confirm the story. Your daughter lost a tooth, correct?
Oh yeah. Yep, our first.
Did she
it's her first one.
Did she set the market for the rest of her teeth? Because there's a couple more coming. And what is that coming? Because you're almost $100 million guy. She knows that. She has Baseball Reference.
Hey, don't sell me short. I'm over it.
Okay, I said almost $100 million. Oh, I'm sorry, not under. You're right at $100 million. Okay, so. Did she set the market for the rest of her teeth? And what is that these days?
We go first tooth $5, and then after that, the rest of the little ones are $1, and the bigger ones will be $5.
Okay.
How do you
sounds
determine
like
what's a little one? What's a little one and a big one? I'm going to call Scott Moore. I'm going to pull my own tooth out.
The front top ones. Those are the big dogs. So they're bringing in big chompers.
Okay.
That's the bounty. That's the big bounty.
Yeah. These the front ones?
Yeah, the front. The ones that
top two middle are the big dogs. She didn't lose that one, but we did the welcome to the Tooth Fairy world.
I'm just going to say it's a little
Tooth
low.
So nice.
Did she pull it out herself? Did she pull it out herself, or did you have to do the old tie the string to the door trick?
Nah, she wouldn't let me grab it. She ended up flicking it out on her own.
There you go. Oh. You got a bonus escalator for that as we're talking trade.
You know any kids that knocked it out and then they swallowed it by accident? They're like, I don't get the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, yep. I've seen that show.
Yeah, exactly. That's a problem.
Right,
then I can see Lance with the sifter in a certain area trying to find his tooth.
Nope.
Pay the $5.
AJ is on fire.
Tooth Fairy will find it wherever it goes.
Lance, you're the man, dude. Enjoy the process. Obviously, we'd love to have you, right after it happens. And I'm gonna guess it's gonna happen pretty quick because market's moving. So maybe we'll grab you in a week or so, and we'll talk about the new club.
It's moving, and it's in a very good spot. So I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Don't be afraid to. I'm excited. Don't be afraid to announce it on here. I mean, just saying. Don't be afraid.
I'll let you know if anything fires up in the next 24 to 48 hours so we can get back on.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.